Unreasonable attitude. You must have an unreasonable attitude with follow-up. I talked about this extensively in the 10X rule. Follow-up requires an unreasonable attitude. Most people don't quite get what I mean with this concept of unreasonable. Unreasonable means without reason. I am no longer reasonable with your considerations. Why are you calling me back so many times? I'm thinking to myself, because it hadn't worked yet, but we're getting closer. See, last time I talked to you, you just weren't interested. This time, you're a little pissed off at me. See, I'm going to keep pushing. Yes, I can still say that word in the United States of America. I'm going to keep pushing because I believe in my product. I believe in my company. I believe in my service. And I'm willing to be unreasonable, even though you don't like me calling you at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Thursday after I've called you 12 other times, done 2 personal visits, text you 4 times, had a friend call you. I'm still calling you. Oh, by the way, the 2 handwritten letters didn't go anywhere except in the trash can. I'm going to be unreasonable despite the fact that you don't like me calling you today. I get this call all the time. Grant, don't call me back anymore. Okay, you got it. I won't. Won't happen again. And the next day? That's right. That's right. I'm going to find a reason the next day to follow them up. You think this is crazy? It's because you're reasonable. You operate with reason. You are being reasonable. You are able of being reasonable. You are being worked and sold and convinced not to do your job. My job is to take care of my family. My job is to take care of my business. My job is to take care of myself. And that requires many times for me to be unreasonable. If somebody attacked you with a gun right now, would you be unreasonable? Or would you make sense of that gun? Because that would suggest to you that right now, you would become extremely unreasonable with the situation. If a bomb went off in your building right now, that's not too soon. If a bomb went off in your building right now, okay, you're going to be reasonable. No, you're going to be unreasonable. You're going to do everything, whatever it takes to protect yourself, your family, and your business so that you're not in harm's way. Be unreasonable. Have an unreasonable attitude when it comes to follow-up. Figure out a creative way to follow up. Creativity follows commitment. Your commitment must be so unreasonable that you keep popping with ideas about how to follow up even long after a client has said, time out, man. Don't ever, ever, ever call me again. I actually had a client do this to me. I called him 15 times, 5 times one day, 5 times the next day, the 15th call in 3 days. He never called me back, not one time. Never, not one time. My wife even said, my God, Grant, my God, how can you call this man back 15 times in 3 days? Baby, he hadn't responded to it. It hadn't worked. The definition of follow-up is seeing something all the way through. What should I do? Call him 15 times and quit? That's what you're doing. Remember, the average salesperson calls back twice and stops. Almost 50% of all salespeople, 2 calls and bail out. 48% of all salespeople never call a customer back 1 time. Don't be that guy. Be unreasonable. Have an unreasonable attitude. Do not buy in to not following up. Follow up until one of you just dies. And then, if it's you that died, come back and follow up one more time.